Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles,
Hello.
and we're going to talk about getting naked at Disney.
Yeah, so another naked man at Disneyland.
Another.
I know, because this happened
Another.
before. If you remember back in 2023, there was the guy running around It's a Small World naked.
Yeah.
Well, now we have another naked man. This time he was on top of the Tiana's Palace restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have different people reporting about what happened, but it's really funny because when you see the video, I'm not going to play it on here, but it's really quick clip, and they block out the guy being on the roof with like little Mickey Mouse silhouettes. So that's a hidden Mickey you don't want to see.
Strategic hidden Mickey.
Yeah. And you can hear the cast members apologizing, but they're frantically like waving people away, like, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving.
Nothing to see here.
Huh?
Nothing to see here.
Yeah, nothing to see here. And now people were in the comments on these videos they were there and saw what happened, talking about what they saw happen. So yeah, it was a very exciting day at Disneyland last night.
It's always exciting at Disney anymore, isn't it?
Yeah, people were like, there were a lot of kids around, and so kids were scared because the guy was screaming about like killing himself and stuff. So
oh my God.
Yeah, allegedly. So the kids were scared and stuff, but
was he on meth or something? Or
I don't know. It could have been mental illness. I'm just going to read you the anecdotal stories.
Could have
been drugs. Could have been mental illness. I don't know. Could have been all the above. But I'm going to read the anecdotal stories and about what people said happened.
All right. So before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
And if you go to Disney, you're going to get an eye full of woohoo, apparently.
Yeah. So last night, this happened. I'm not gonna have the sound on. Actually, it's really quick. I think it's covered. Should I play it or not?
If everything's covered, I think we're good.
I mean, there's no sound, I don't think, in this, but you can see the guys up there. They cover it up. Cast members are here like, shit, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. So, whoops, I didn't mean to go clear the window here. But I have another person that has it, and then I have it on my comments too. We're going to talk about what people said happened. So it's been posted a couple different places. And here's people said that happened that they saw. This is a new comment since I've done the article, talking a little bit more in depth about what happened. So this person says, I was in line at Mint Julep getting the hazelnut beignets. At first, the guy was with some lady and another male friend. I think he might have found something on the lady's phone because he started screaming pedophile with the phone in his hand and screaming other things. Then he proceeded to slam the phone on the floor. So then his other male friend grabbed him, but then the other guy started punching the male friend in the face, and some random bystander came in and tackled the guy to the floor. And while the guy was on the floor, he started screaming, my name is Anthony. You're going to remember my name.
Anthony.
It's always an Anthony. No. Then he stood up and took his shirt off and proceeded to take off all his clothes. Then his male friend tackled him on the floor. And then while I was in line, I heard somebody scream, he's climbing the stairs. So I looked up, and sure enough, he was climbing the stairs, and they jumped onto the canopy of the Mint Julep bar. So everyone rushed out and ran. But while he was up there, he started screaming he was going to kill himself. And a bunch of other things. He rushed out there and ran to City Hall. I rushed out and ran to City Hall to file a complaint. It was a very traumatizing experience for me and my girlfriend.
So the show I want to see on Disney Plus more than anything is the series where cast members have to deal with Code Mickey or whatever the hell.
Yeah, they're never going to show you that.
I
or
would
just
love
hear them tell you all the stories, but they're never going to allow that. I mean, they even try to stop people from doing their own books or things afterwards, telling people the stories, because they don't want you to know about the non-magical moments. So that was the most, I think, the most in-depth one I've seen. Here are other comments people saw. We were there on the platform for the train. I was lucky enough to glance over right as he was climbing up the staircase, and my kids were looking at the train. I immediately turned them around and covered their eyes. He was screaming nonsense like he was Peter Pan, remember his name. He was going to kill himself. A couple of times, he broke one of the lamps. Then they wanted us to exit the train station platform with our kids directly in front of him after he jumped down off the umbrella and was trying to climb a tree. We ended up going down the ramp away from him towards Haunted Mansion and met my husband on the corner. And by that time, a group of security guards had him surrounded.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the second person said he wanted to kill himself. So apparently he did, but he was screaming this in front of kids. Another person, we were under the canopy eating beignets. A lot of beignets here. Security was hurting him. He climbed up the stairs, then walked along the roof, then was on the canopy, screaming, "I'm exposing myself to expose." Then he ran out from under the canopy.
Okay.
Another person said they basically popped out the balcony door of Tiana's and started scaling the balconies, and then the canopy above the restaurant. Very jarring sight, very super unexpected.
Wait a second, it's modern Disney. You don't expect to see a couple of dicks.
I know, right? Apparently, you have to be worried. I mean, it's only happened. Like, what can you say? If I had a nickel for every time there was a naked man at Disneyland, I'd have 2 nickels. But it's weird that it happened twice because that was from a show or something. He always says it. We were on the train, stopped on the platform right next to this. He was screaming something about a rapist and that he was going to kill himself. My youngest daughter was terrified and crying. I thought he was going to jump off. It was pretty scary.
Disney magic. And yeah, this happens often. It does. I mean, cast members deal with it. Well, here's the thing. Like, you hear about it more now because everybody's got social media. Everybody's got a cell phone, right? I mean, this kind of stuff has been happening for years. You just never really heard about it. And so you see it happen because somebody's, got the video running. Mm-hmm. And then you've also got, the police reports. People are looking for police reports. They used to just shut it up, keep it quiet.
Well, this just happened yesterday. Police reports usually don't come out for a couple months after the fact. So a lot of times when you hear stories like at Walt Disney World or whatever we cover, it's usually months later because it took a while for the police reports to come out. This happened yesterday. And the reason we know about it was because the people put the videos up on the internet.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can find out stuff in real time.
Well, that's the thing. Like all the brawls and all that stuff, like that never would have hit the mainstream media 20 years ago because not everybody had a cell phone, right? So you hear a lot more. I mean, there have always been crazy people. I mean, there's a lot of people that go through Disney every day, Disney parks every day. There's a lot of craziness that goes on, but Disney historically could keep a lot of it under wraps, and now it's all out there.
Yeah,
no pun intended.
I mean, yeah, no, right. I mean, overall, it's we do have a lot of brawls, especially at Disneyland for some reason.
Disneyland, yeah.
Yeah, and now there's been 2 instances of naked guy a naked guy, hopefully not the same one, at Disneyland. But for the most part, it's very unlikely this is going to happen when you're there. Some people would be disappointed it didn't happen when they were there, but a lot of people's kids are not going to want it to happen when they're there because, the kids, it's really scary, especially the guys like on the edge of the building screaming he's going to kill himself.
Yeah.
And the little kid might not understand what they're saying. They might think they're saying they're going to kill them or, you know what I mean? Or, and it's just a very scary and traumatizing experience. So I don't know what Disney's going to do about it. I don't know if there's going to be refunds for people. Probably not. But these parents were like very upset in the comments. Some people were saying about their kids were scared.
Yeah.
I
bet.
They wouldn't be scared.
Look, Mommy, it's Dumbo.
Yeah. No, I don't think they're going to believe that. He's not Peter Pan either or whatever. But so very, very exciting times at Disney.
Yeah, I mean, anymore, like it doesn't shock me. I mean, people might be listening to this video like, oh my gosh, you're ruining the magic. But I'm like, it doesn't shock me at all. I mean, we've seen some crazy stuff at Disney, not naked people, but we've seen some crazy stuff go down at Disney.
I mean, well, Disney World had that guy, whacking off on the Ratatouille ride. He was
made it Ratatouille.
Yeah, Ratatouille. It's just, crazy people are going to crazy. And if you're in a very public place, crazy people are going to crazy. And sometimes, they're going to crazy when you're there. And most often, Disney especially, they have security and they have detectors and stuff. So they're not very likely going to have a weapon unless they found something around the park to use as a weapon. So you don't have to worry about that. But people are just nuts sometimes. And when you're at the parks and it's very hot or it's very stressful, people get very agitated and they will not taking clothes off because it's hot. But they'll get agitated and they're more likely to snap or break out into a fight faster. But it's not that common. What were you say?
I don't know. I was just thinking, I need a fast pass for this ride or I'm going to strip down and show you my Dumbo. No, what I'm sitting there thinking, a lot of times you hear about this stuff in Disney Springs or downtown Disney because anybody can go in, right? Anybody can go into those areas. You don't have that paywall basically you have to go through. Like you're gonna pay $150 to go in and act like a crazy person. I don't know.
Well, people are complaining though because like they did pay all that money and they paid the money for their kids and stuff, and now their kids are traumatized. So
they'll just give them Gatorade. They'll just give them. I'm sorry, Powerade. Powerade.
Yeah,
that's
it was
Coca-Cola.
Powerade or water choice, and a couple fast passes, but not for the good rides.
Yeah, for the B list rides. Yeah, so we got stuck on Monorail Blue. It caught on fire.
That time that the one piece fell off of it.
It was on the news.
The monorail had a piece fall off or whatever.
I was on the news. They had me called hey, the monorail's on fire.
We were on that monorail, and when we finally, and it was really hot, and it was like the afternoon. It was a thunderstorm too.
Yeah.
By the time they got us back to the station, the people in the car had popped out the windows. They're meant to pop out. And we got off and they immediately gave us like Powerade or water and fast passes. You could use the fast passes for anything except for like whatever was like the new good stuff at the time.
Like Frozen and you weren't allowed to.
I forget what else, but they were like the ones everybody wanted. You weren't allowed to use it for that. So I was like, I mean, okay, you'd think you'd make an exception here, but it is what it is. So there's Naked Guy, poor cast members. This guy is like looking behind him like, oh dear God, I didn't sign up for this. I'm not paid enough for this.
You probably can't say anything to it. That's the thing too. Like I feel bad for the cast members because there are people that act like total ass cracks at Disney and the cast members can't do anything to them.
But this guy acts like a total dick. But it's funny because they're apologizing in the video. You can hear them telling them they're sorry because it's not their fault. But they're like, I'm so sorry. Please, they're telling them they're sorry to keep moving. They're apologizing. And it's like, well,
it's some broke ass Disney influencer who has to resort to OnlyFans now because nobody watches them anymore just to go to the parks.
No, apparently whatever was on that phone was bad. And he snapped and like now someone's a pedophile or something and someone's a rapist. And
in Disney? Imagine that.
People are joking that it was an escapee from the underground tunnels where they're trafficking people.
Oh my God.
It was not real. It was a joke that they were having they had tunnels underneath the Disney parks. They do under Disney World, but that's not what that's for. The Magic Kingdom has utilidors, but that's not what it's for. But some kid was supposed to have gotten trafficked and everything else through these secret tunnels. It's like, that's not true. But people are making jokes about it because they know it's not true. It is what it is. So happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Another daily dose of dismal Disney. We're going to wrap it up.
Yep. She had wrapped it up.
Oh God, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.